question. I don't know.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl, Reese, aka the best that ever did it, aka what's happening, people? We're shaking, bacon, wakey. It's Thursday morning, people. Today is January the 19th. Look at us. We are more than halfway through this month. Isn't that amazing, you guys? How time just tick away. Well, I'm here today with to do another installment of the Morning Mac Show. Yes. But I'm not here alone. I have my crew with me. Yes, we back in the house. R&B, Miss Bernice Smith, my beautiful co-host. Say good morning, Bernice.
Good morning. Happy tasty Thursday to you.
Tasty Thursday. Girl, what you tasting?
I don't know yet. I haven't made up my mind.
I know that's right.
I gotta figure out what I'm craving.
I hate those times of the month when it's like you craving something, you don't know what it is, but you know you need something, and then when you get something you think that you want and you don't like it or it end up being nasty. I tell you. But
Well,
we're not here alone.
yeah.
We got $1 million Mo, Miss Molly Mall, Mr. Boss Moss himself.
Yes, Lord.
He's
A
in
man
the
of,
back doing his
man
thing.
of many talents.
I know, right?
All right. He need to share some.
I'm excited. I can't wait till he get a girlfriend because I know that girl or whoever get Molly, uh, they gonna have that's gonna be all right. They gonna be all right. Molly gonna make sure. So he's
They better make sure he good. Because if they don't, they got some people to answer to.
Yeah, you know that's right. Oh, you know he's straight on that. Everybody look out for Molly Mall. See, that's something when you loved in your community or your circle that everybody love you, that go-to dude. That's a blessing. That's because he now has a nice, calm, subdued personality. You know, that you could talk to him about things and he gives wisdom. He dropping pearls or tokens.
He say,
So
get him, sis. You playing with my brother. I'm trying to tell you. He
well,
got 12 siblings, but he got some older ones. Don't think because we old, we won't lay hands.
oh, that's what we specialize in.
Mm.
Trust and believe. Don't let that fool you. But this is my favorite time, my favorite part of the show. We're gonna get right into it to get into the goodness. And let me tell y'all what Tall Tale Thursdays is. This is Thursdays where we're gonna tell you, expose some stories. Is it facts? Is it fiction? We don't know. But it's some stuff that's gonna make you be like, what? I can't believe that. We're like, what? Like, you know, so that's why we said it's Tall Tale Thursdays. Gonna be some unbelievable stuff. All right. And with that being said, my favorite portion of the show with Lady B, she's spilling the tea. She got some tall tale news, some tall tale gossip. Girl, what you got to tell, honey?
Okay. So this first story, this is probably one of them, I don't know, tall tales or whatever the case may be. It say this woman trapped in a kid's body introduces man she's now seeing. Did she look like she's every bit of 12? And but I've heard of conditions like this, but this is, man, I wish I could show you this picture. But she's dating a man. It don't say how old she
It's
really
like
is.
pejoria when you or no, that's when you old. You look old, but you're in a kid's body. So this one, she's older, but she looks like she's a little kid. I
Yeah,
think that's still pejoria, if I'm pronouncing it right.
yeah, that's what they saying. And for some reason, that story won't come all the way up. Oh, here you go. But they saying that basically she's a grown woman trapped in the little girl's body. Um, Let me read this. A woman who's trapped in the body of an 8-year-old has started dating. Shauna Ray was diagnosed with brain cancer when she was a child, which led to undergoing chemotherapy. The treatment led to her suffering damage to her pituitary gland, which affected her growth. So now she's dating. That's
Wow.
what it is. And it caused her to develop dwarfism. Yep.
So this man is dating what looks like an 8-year-old.
Yep. And that's creepy.
Yeah, because he's sick, but at least he ain't breaking no laws.
Yeah, that's very true.
That
That's
lets you
very
know there's
true.
somebody out there for everybody. So all of the adults that's suffering with that disorder, there's a pedophile waiting for you.
You got issues. Okay, this next story says this black woman, founder of popular sneaker store, partners with Nike on new AF1 sneaker. So a black woman, she getting it in. Her name is Jennifer Ford, a Houston native and owner of sneaker store Premium Goods, has confirmed a collaboration. Has confirmed what is wrong with this computer? A collaboration with Nike. Features quilted sides and beaded, oh my god, and beaded something with the signature Nike swoosh. There's this artistic part of me that I never get the time to use or develop for it, said, recalling her desire to craft such a project. I knew I was fully capable, but now seeing this creation I made, I know I can do it. It's every sneaker piece, 2 sets of black and beige AF1s, 4 named after her daughter Sophia and her niece Bella. The sneakers are complemented with laces that are held by a metal rose, which Ford used to represent a generational family name. They kind of cute though. They kind of cute, but this black lady getting it in. She getting her hustle on. So I
Congratulations,
definitely
sis.
gotta respect that. Yes. So
Okay.
a man says he got sick after eating rat poison found in Taco Bell burrito.
Oh no.
A man was hospital. A man was hospitalized after getting sick from eating a meal from Taco Bell that allegedly contained rat poison. A spokesperson from the officers responded to a disturbance call from Taco Bell regarding a customer and workers in the drive-through. John John Bartman, the Sheriff's County Public Information Deputy, said. So this man, I guess there's going to be a lawsuit because they allegedly found rat poison in his food.
They put it in there on purpose after he got into the
That's why we was talking
altercation
about that yesterday.
with
Probably so. I don't know, but I tell you what. That's why we was talking about yesterday, eating out all the time. You gotta be careful. People be mad. Somebody piss them off, and they be like, "I got these customers. I'm gonna do so and so to their food." No. Mm-mm.
Wow. That's
So
terrible. Mm.
yeah, an
I wish
army
that man would have
officer,
died. They crazy. Whew. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sis.
an army officer awarded $3,685 in police brutality case. Second Lieutenant Caron Nazario was seeking 1 million in damages. They gave this man $3,000. A black
Is that
high rank, huh?
is that the story about the one in Virginia where they the police was
Yes,
harassing him?
yes, Winslow, Virginia. They gave that man $3,685.
Why? Because he's a military man
And probably because he's black. That was racial profiling, and we know it.
at his finest.
Yeah, they
Didn't
just
care
they
about the uniform, just cared about the color. You
right.
serving your state, but you still treated like a secondhand citizen.
They might as well kept that money because that's nothing but an insult. That's all your life worth.
That's lawyer fees, honey. Lawyer fees. Wow.
But that's all they awarded him. So once they take out their lawyer fees, what is he left with?
Anger.
So, uh, Usain Bolt scammed out of $12.7 million from a private investment firm in Jamaica.
Hussein
Good
Bolt.
Lord, that's a lot of money
What?
to lose.
12
Yep.
that's the
It
fastest
says
running
someone
joker.
needs to bolt into action.
Damn.
Yeah, he was scammed
He
out of that much. It says someone needs to bolt into action and figure out what's going on with Usain Bolt's money. The retired Olympic gold medalist discovered he is missing 12.7 million from an account with a private investment firm in Jamaica. Lawyers
wow.
representing Bolt sent a letter to Sterling Securities Limited demanding the money be returned. According to CBS News, if the money isn't returned in 10 days, Bolt and his team are threatening criminal and civil action.
$12 million. Yeah, I'd be threatening some action too.
$12.7 million.
12 million. He had the money,
Yes,
and then
honey.
but I'm glad he noticed it got missing. Wow, Hussein, you got money like that,
Yeah,
Hussein. Hey, Hussein. Wow. You.
girl.
Okay.
So America is set to hit the 31. What is going on with this daggone computer? The U.S. is expected to hit a ceiling on Thursday, forcing the Treasury Department to start using extraordinary measures so the government can keep paying bills while Congress negotiates to try and economic meltdown. America debt is now at an eye-watering 31 point. What is it?
Uh,
31 point. This stuff is getting on my nerves.
it
31,
look,
31.38 trillion. That's 120% of the GDP, up from 39.2% as recently as 2008. The staggering figure is the highest since the Second World War.
now isn't that
They
the
talking
money
about
that
cutting
Biden
back
gave to
on some
Ukraine? Look, Biden
uh
gave that to
social
Ukraine.
security.
That's what I'm telling you. They cut back all of
But
this
he
stuff,
gave it to
but
them, and now but
but we can afford to give billions
it is
to see, I
for to
told
do, and
y'all.
he did it. But the whole point is, America is about to suffer. They talking about, okay, where is it? The largest and more immediate impact for the estimated 1.59 million U.S. workers is the economic uncertainty of retirements account. Specifically, 401ks have taken a huge hit. I mean, they talking about messing with healthcare and jobs, 401ks. I mean,
Yes,
yeah,
money
America
is
is going to suffer for this
disappearing.
one.
We're suffering
Yeah,
now. Look at the astronomical
They're,
prices on
they're even
groceries.
from what I understand. Oh, it's getting worse, baby, because they talking about messing with SNAP. People talking about cutting people off completely.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And they're also talking about doing away with federal taxes and letting the state handle programs and stuff and all of that. Um, took so much of our money. Get our money back before you leave that office, Biden. Because trust me, you're gonna leave that office. The people not gonna vote you back in. Till we get our money back, can the next president come in say, "Give us our money back"? Before he give it all away to another
no,
country, he gonna give it all away.
they for these people ain't for the people. They for some people, but the next killed in DC shooting was picking up food for her grieving niece. A mother was out picking up dinner for her heartbroken niece who had just lost her boyfriend to gun violence when she was shot and killed, her family says. Dale Henson, 54, was at Moon Star Carryout on Bennett Road. This is the shooting I was telling y'all about when them three people got shot. She was out picking up food for her niece when a man opened fire at the restaurant, shooting another man and a teenage boy, police said. Then police say the 15-year-old pulled out a gun and fired back. One of those bullets hit Henson in the head. She died at the restaurant.
Innocent bystander.
Yep. You're not even safe in the freaking carryouts no more. I mean, seriously? Are you I mean, wow. I mean, and they killing our kids left and right. There is no respect, honey. Let me tell you something. I said, God be my help. I'm getting me bulletproof windows and everything else put in mine. Because you got me. I mean, and it's proven that no matter where you live, you aren't safe. A little girl was killed playing Uno in her house with her siblings. My daughter was standing in our bathroom on the second floor and bullets came through our window. Thank God
Mm.
for grace and mercy because it only grazed her face, but it could have been so much closer. If she had been turning at that point, my daughter would have been dead.
A straight bullet don't have no name on it,
Yep.
and they got and like when we was talking yesterday, you and Molly, the audience is a preview to this. We were talking behind the stages, and Molly and Bernice was saying because I was asking them about Ward 8, how it's gotten worse. They said that the shootings have always been there. Was changed is the age of the people carrying the guns now. They're getting younger and younger. All that violence, they've been there. They never got help before. Now all of a sudden it makes it seem like that this all the shooting and stuff, but the shooting's been happening.
It been
It's just
happening.
the age of the shooters is getting younger.
Yeah, and it's happening more frequently. More children are dying more than ever. Usually when we used to hear about deaths, it wouldn't be somebody, you wouldn't hear about a 2 year old and they walking to school. I mean, this is happening more frequently, just like this 6 year old boy who shot his teacher. I mean, my God.
These babies know how to lock and unload and do what they need, honey. Let's get to the next story. Woo! We got a busy
Okay.
morning this morning. Woo!
Honey, it's so much news out here. You just don't know. So this story, this is one of them ones that should be talking about on the show today. So boy 12 needs keyhole bladder surgery after shoving a thermometer up his penis.
What?
Yep.
What is he doing sticking a thermometer in the penis and down that little head? What he trying to take his temperature?
I don't know, but it says whether it's USB cables, magnetic balls, or chopsticks, there are countless stories of people needing medical attention after poking around their, I guess, poking around their bodies. For one 12-year-old boy from, he in China. It was a thermometer that landed him in the emergency room. The unnamed boy inserted the medical device into his penis while masturbating and suffered excruciating pain for 9 hours after it got stuck.
Ooh, he was. Okay, I ain't got nothing to say about that story.
I
But
mean,
that is how
what
you
in the
check the temperature
world?
of your meat. That
No,
is not
look,
how you see if your meat is done or not. That is not how you check the temperature, children, to see if your meat is done, quote unquote. He up there skippity papping on the nut sack. Thank you, Tony Baker, for that phrase.
I
Skippity
don't
papping.
know. I don't know. But the
He said he was masturbating and inserted it in his penis. So I
that's
guess he was trying to see if he was done or not. If he,
That's not normal. That's not normal. Something is wrong with somebody's brain when they do stuff like this. The
are we
doctors,
sure the boy did it or somebody else didn't do that?
I wouldn't know. They ain't gonna put that in this story. They ain't gonna put it in there. All you know is what they reveal to you on these stories.
Tall Tale Thursday, y'all. Believe it or not.
He said they said the boy admitted to medics that he had inserted the thermometer for sexual pleasure.
Ooh.
Oh, wait a minute. This is a risky sexual practice known as sounding with health experts say has led to an increased infections. People doing this on the regular. This ain't even new. Oh my goodness, honey.
I ain't never heard no little black kid in America doing that. So I don't know what they doing in other countries.
I don't
So
know either, but I read a story a couple years ago with this young black boy. He was in his bedroom. He was alone on Valentine's Day. He masturbated so much till he had a heart attack while doing it, and his mother found him in his room with his penis in his hand, and he was dead.
wow. He came to death. He was coming and going at the same time. He masturbated so much that he had a heart attack. A child.
Yep.
Well, I guess masturbation ain't for the faint of heart, huh? Oh, next story, because I'm saying some dark jokes.
That's it. That's it for today, honey.
Wait a minute, one more tall tale to the news I want to add. Bernice, did you hear the story? Y'all, hold on to your seat. Kidnapping is at an all-time low. Where you could go up through the drive-through and try to snatch a person up the drive-through. Oh, Joe the blow. That you know people are going crazy. You got that story, Bernice, that I sent you?
Uh,
Sis, can you read that story? Because I'm just like, when I saw it and I read it through yesterday. Well, actually, I had my phone read it to me, but because I have sight, low vision, do what I got to do. But I get y'all the news stories. I couldn't believe it. It was like a barista. Guy ordered some coffee, pulled up to the drive-through. I don't know if it was at Starbucks or
yeah,
a
it says a suspect was arrested Tuesday in connection with a video which shows a man allegedly trying to abduct a barista through a drive-through in Auburn, Washington. Auburn police have released surveillance footage taken, but just after 5 a.m. Monday, which appeared to show a man in a Chevrolet pickup truck grabbing an employee's wrist and trying to use a zip tie device as the barista tried to hand back
You
cash.
see that? You see that Molly got it up showing. You see that? Y'all, the white folks is crazy. And you can tell the man white because you can see the arm clearly. That's the white man doing that. Cause only you gonna pick up some coffee and a broad at the same time.
He left the
I'm gonna
money.
get and left the money, yeah, because he trying to get the honey. He's like, forget this money, I'm gonna get me a honey dip. Man, I know everything is to go. This ain't Uber Eats. This ain't what is this man trying to do? You gonna try to snatch somebody through the window? They crazy. To
I
the
agree.
window. To the
Yeah.
wall.
We got some comments over here.
Y'all see that? This video. He snatching you through the day and go drive through. You know she was had to be a slim child as well because look how small her arm is.
Yeah.
Look, he holding on because if that was a big girl, we would have threw a pot of coffee on him he would have got coffee in the face. That would have been some third degree McDonald burn coffee. I'm like, heat it up, Joe, heat it up.
Well, he probably saw her before and got his plan together where he was gonna try to snatch her.
Through the window, though? Really? That's what you want to do? That's scary. Our children aren't safe at all. You can't go to work. You can't go to the carry out. You can't go to the hospital. You can't go to school. You can't sit in your own house. You get, man, how do you stop getting snatched? Dude, what if she didn't hold on to something or whatever? What if he was succeeded with that? That is a heinous crime. He need to be caught. Something need to happen to him.
They arrested him. We got some comments. Good morning, Cassandra. DJ Slicky Woo Boo in the house. Rico.
Cassandra, girl, be careful because they're gonna try to snatch you, boo.
Rico. Butterman in here. He said couldn't find you on Facebook. Anyway, hello. He said sad stuff at the curry out. My goodness. He said, why was that kid out at night, let alone with a gun? Parenting. Too much access to firearms in DC. Something smell fishy. I agree. He said he needs some coochie ASAP. LOL. DJ
So must be that little boy talking about with the thermometer and the meat. That wasn't a meat thermometer.
DJ Slicky Woo Boo says, damn, that hurt just hearing that. He said, yeah, because what the hell you talking about, sis? I don't know. I don't know. Guess when you was making the dark humor. Butterman said nothing funny about that. He said we have active missing cases here in DC. Be careful. It's so many of them, Butterman. I mean, so many. Good morning, Nene. Yeah, it's so many missing people in DC, and it's not on the news. Ain't no Amber Alerts for these people missing in DC.
I wonder why. It's not in the budget, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's why so many people are doing it on their own. We have TikTok pages that are dedicated to that kind of stuff. There are pages on YouTube that tell the stories of our Black people coming up missing, all that stuff, because, honey, if we don't tell it, nobody will.
You're right. You're absolutely right about that. And this brings us into our new segment, Tall Tale Thursdays. We're going to tell it, whether y'all believe it or not, whether it's true or not. Tall Tale Thursday. It's like stuff. Can you believe this? Some stuff is just like so unbelievable. Like the story that we get ready to get into today. I want y'all to listen to what this young lady is saying. African origin. And y'all listen to what she's saying, y'all. I mean, when I heard it, I was like, really? It took me back, but then again, it didn't. But then I was like, that's what y'all thought? It explains a lot. And then it explains a lot of stuff is unexplained.
Me most is that
Go ahead.
I felt no connection with Black Americans, and that surprised me. Now I know at the time I didn't. I felt no connections with Black Americans because you know what? Black Americans were woke. Black Americans had looked at their oppressor in the face. They had tunnel vision, just like Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela looked at his oppressor in his face, and you know what? He had tunnel vision. They knew what was bringing them down. In Africa, we don't have tunnel vision. We don't know what is oppressing us. Because you know what? Because slavery just changed. It didn't go away. It just changed. So most people in Africa, we feel oppressed. We don't know what is oppressing us, you see. Those children in the Congo that are mining all of the coltan with their bare hands, they don't know that at the top of the chain is a white man. The children that are picking the cocoa, right? They don't actually know that the person at the top is a white man. I found out the farm next to my father's farm now belongs to Unilever. That's right. People in Africa cannot afford to buy land anymore. Do you know why? Because slavery never ended. It still carries on. They dump all their toxic waste all over Africa. All your babies' nappies are all over Africa. People cannot farm their land anymore. Do you know? And you know what? Here's a fact. 3/4 of the people in Africa are under the age of 30. 3/4 of the people in Africa are under the age of 30. Majority of people in Africa have never heard of slave trade. Majority of people in Africa have never heard of colonialism. Majority of people in Africa only ever see white people when they're coming to save us. So majority of people in Africa fundamentally believe this. They fundamentally believe that white people are nice. They fundamentally believe that white people will do anything to save them. They fundamentally believe that if they walk across the Sahara Desert, cross perilous seas, the nice people in Europe will be welcoming them with big open hands. I say, if you don't want people from Africa coming to your continent, let them know the real you. That's right. Show them, because information in Africa, history is completely controlled in Africa. We don't learn history in Africa. Do you know what? Show them the brutality of the empire. Show them the brutality of the slave trade. Just show them. And you know what? If you don't want people from Africa coming to Europe, leave Africa alone.
Now, you know she struck a nerve because they are not clapping. She got too real and they got bothered. Because you see, now the scales are falling from our eyes and we are now seeing these folks for exactly who and what they are and what they're about. And we are not keeping quiet anymore. I heard this was supposed to be a stand-up show and I was like, ain't no way this is a stand-up show. But you know what? Good for her. Good for her for doing this when she did it. They are never interested in these conversations, and to them, it's never a right time. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to make any changes because the issues we are complaining about have nothing to do with them, so they do not care. So yeah, if she had to get them during a comedy show, so be it. Good for her. Delainia says, wait to use your platform. Now they may not book her again, but stand on your purpose, queen. You know, it took Africans a while to start peeping the game that these guys are playing, but trust me, we are slowly catching up. And social media has been doing a very good job in helping us open our eyes to the BS that exists in this world. But you see, all of that is changing right now because we, the youth, are changing the narrative. Like onions, we are taking down the layers of lies and we're showing our people, look, these folks are not who they said they are. Personally, I am not a fan of TikTok, but I must confess that I love the work that the youths are doing on the platform. Like, there is so much inaccuracy in the history that we were taught in school. For some of us, we did not learn about colonization and slavery at all, while for others, when it was taught to us in such a way that we viewed the colonizers as saviors. Like, it wasn't taught in a way that would make us see colonization as the crime against humanity that it actually is. It was taught in such a way that we saw colonization as a blessing, as something that we should be grateful for that it happened. And that's because the curriculum that we still use in Africa till this day is literally the curriculum that was drafted out by the colonizers. We only got to know later as adults that all of those things we learned while we're in school were either lies and or half truths. Like she said, if they don't want Africans going to their countries, they should show their true colors, because trust me, if as a collective we saw these people for what they truly are and what they are about, we would be moving differently. Because for those of us that know and already peep the game that they are playing, we move differently already. So imagine if the majority of us knew. But you see, they don't want to show their true colors. They want to be able to do their undercover evil and then come physically and act like good people. After committing so much atrocities, now they want to be angels and saviors and act as if they did not do what they did in the past. They want to sweep everything under the rug and hide their true identity and history. Like, they were so proud of themselves when they were committing all of those atrocities in the past and they benefited from them. But now they want nothing to do with their past. They are hiding history, sugarcoating and whitewashing stuff. And they are doing all of this so they can go down in history as good, nice people that saved the world. For example, I heard in America that they do not want to be teaching slavery in schools anymore, so they are moving to change that. Like, they want to erase their true history. They want to turn a new leaf without actually turning a new leaf. And I find it very ironic, because if you think what you did in the past is so bad, to the point where you obviously want to run away from it, why not change your ways in the present? But no, they do not want to change their ways. They want to be able to profit off of all this negativity, toxicity, all of this evil. They want to be able to profit all of it, not change, and still have the image of an angel and still have the image of savior and still have the image of good people. Like, if you want to change, change. But you see, these folks, they do not want to change. They want the benefit of being perceived by others as light when they are actually the contrary, the opposite of light. But you see, they can try, but that won't happen now, would it? Like, a friend of mine was telling me recently, they are losing their popularity, and the world is now seeing them for what they truly are. He even went as far as to say that they did not know that social media was going to turn out to be what social media is today, and that if they had known, they would have shut the whole thing down when it started.
There will come a time where no amount of dollars will be able to make up for what is lost and what is broken. Colonizers go to war with nature and call it a business opportunity. I tell you that even our dead have drowned in their graves, and you ask me to be polite. You tell me to give you a little bit more benefit of the doubt. You take and take and take until we've birthed our babies into the same water as our dead. And even then, you gather like vultures and feed on our helplessness. In your charity, you make profit. I tell you that there has been a massacre, and the land will never be the same. The soil will never grow the same. The hum of mosquitoes has changed the color of the sky, and the sickness of your greed will haunt you in every single lifetime. And you tell me about a new UN proposition. Aisha, you've got to be a little more practical. And still, 100 dead, 200 dead, 1,500 dead. No negotiation will bring them back to life. I want the world leaders to know that the earth has a memory, and one day it will be your home, your family, your land. I pray and I hope you make the right choice. You cannot negotiate with nature. We are in a critical time in history, and we don't have much left.
Wow. Well, what do y'all think about what y'all seen? Was that a lot to inhale? Was that a lot to adjust? What are the comments? Do we got any comments, Bernice? What are the people saying on the sides? Sis, are you with me? Okay, well maybe not. So it's just me. Let's look here. Okay. All righty. Let's see what the people saying. Okay. That was me that saying that the Haitians don't think so. Well, I was saying that because they were talking about uh that the Africans were running to America and these other countries, thinking that the people were going to greet them, the colonizers are going to greet them with open arms. Well, Haitian people was one of the people that never got a chance to come here and set up nothing, because as soon as they see them in the water, they turn them back. But they bring planes and loads of other people here. But if for some reason, the poor Haitians, they don't give them a fighting chance. And a lot of people that come across on rafts and stuff like that, they turn you back in the water and just push your raft back on. Let's see, what are the people saying? What can I see? I don't know where Lady B went, but let's keep it rolling. Let's see. What I see a lot. Butterman. I saw an amen. Okay, what Molly say? That's get him, sis. Let's see. Couldn't find you on Facebook. See, I think I'm reading old messages come through on this thing afterwards. I don't see
Mm-hmm.
the.
We got Rico ain't said good morning.
Thank you, Molly.
I think Bernice already read down. Damn, that hurt just hearing that. Yes, cuz what the hell you talking about, sis? Nothing funny about that. I ain't sure which one they talking about. What up, Nene? Nene in here? I think all these old. They not missing. They don't want to be found. James in here. What up, James? Say good morning. Amen. That's you. Said the Haitians don't think that. Sticky said, what tall tale about this?
Was the tall tale about, well, the story that she said that in the African diaspora that they're not told the truth, and that's why those Africans that come, people that come from Africa, treat people with the same skin color here in America differently, because of course they taught lies. Of course they're not taught the truth. They're looking at the colonizers as heroes and saviors, and which we know over here, because what we've been through for the last 500 years is different. It's otherwise, and they're thinking that, oh, if you go to these countries, these European countries, there's some nice white people going to be there with their arms open to embrace. Come on, Blackie, come on over here. Let me hug you and take care of you. That's furthest from the truth. They don't want you in their country. And they should say that. They should say, we don't want you, but we want your resources. We don't want you, but we want your money. We don't want you, but we want the service that we can provide and get from that we can get from your country. We want the services that you provide and that we can get, but we don't want you. They need to be, if they was honest and said that, they wouldn't have the influx of migrants, immigrants, any kind of grants going to their country, because they would know we're not wanted over here. So we need to make other arrangements. We need to turn around and do something else for us and our people. A lot of people thinking that a move or the migration would be a good thing and beneficial to their people, because they're being lied to. They're being hoodwinked and bamboozled. So that's what's going on. Good morning, Yogi. Good morning. And and they're taught the stuff that they taught in school, their history. Of course, they're not learning their history; they're learning the colonizers' history. And like the young lady said, your stuff you did is so bad and it's so shameful that you are trying to erase what you did by covering up, by lying, because you know you did some foul stuff. A hit dog will holler. That's what my granddaddy used to say. A hit dog will holler. So, what are the people thinking about that? Molly, what did you think about what she said? Did you know all of that?
Yeah, yeah. You know, talk about it a lot. Just a lot of people don't understand both sides getting lied to. So I don't feel no
Yeah.
same way to Africans because they don't like us over here. They taught that we lazy, and all the resources that we had, we just refuse to use them. So when they get over here, they feel some type of way like, no, we work hard, to get where we trying to go, and y'all got it all right in front of you, and y'all just over here want to sell drugs and be gangsters, but they don't know the slavery. They don't know the history that we went through, and they purposely don't teach them that, which never made sense to me because if we taught that we come from Africa, why the fuck those in Africa not taught that we was taken from there? So they just let you know just some bullshit story they made up to keep us where we at. We was already here. I feel like I'm Native American. I ain't come on no boat. My ancestors ain't come on no boat. I'm from here. But the minute you say you from another continent, then you don't claim your heritage. You don't claim here no more. So I just think that's what the movie Wakanda was about. The first one. Wakanda is Africa. They got all the resources and we wanted that. So we sending military people over there to do whatever to get their resources. And you seen black people in Wakanda, the uncle that was killed, he was like, man, we need that resources here in America, like to help our people, our black people. But they was like, we can't get it in the hands of the white people over there. Like we just gonna have to let y'all live without it. So.
The colonizers. But the colonizers went back to Africa and spit them another story and still took their stuff anyway. They took the people, then they went back and took the resources. They was taking the resources the whole time, and we just resources to them. Come on, they gathered us up and stole us too. Them was the same people that stole Jesus off the cross.
Yeah.
All you Christians. And they said, no, 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 no. We put him on the cross to say he was that messed up the religion and everything because we don't know. They spinning the stories. They write this so they can look heroic, so they can look like the same.
I don't know
So
what
that's
part they look heroic. It just teach behavior. So for kids to see that, they like, okay, the white man in charge. It gonna teach these other white kids like they should be listening to us. This how our ancestors treated them, and when they feel some certain way, then they might feel the same way and do the same thing. So I don't think they teaching history. I think they teaching behavior because a lot of these niggas do the same thing they was doing back then. Bow down to the white man. Yes, master. No master. Go to church Sunday in and out. Praise to the white Jesus, black Jesus. I don't care what color they give them. It's their religion. Just like we gotta really get rid of all the stuff we learned from them. Because how they gonna teach us our history when we was here before they came here? What was we doing before y'all came and colonized? They can't never tell us that. Because then they let
no,
you.
they won't tell us that.
Yeah,
They tell them
exactly.
mix the
They
truth
wasn't
with the
here.
lie.
They wasn't here. That's like me telling you what you did in your house last night. I don't know. I wasn't there. So only they can tell us about from the time they land here and start fucking shit up. But before that, they can't tell you what happened 50 years to before they landed here, 100 years before that. They can't.
Wow. Did I go too deep for them or tall tale Thursdays? Do you think
No.
it's too much for them to digest or to think about?
Mm-mm.
I know a lot of times when people can't digest or can't think about something or wrap their mind over it or something that goes over their head, they reject it and turn away. I don't want to hear about it or that's not fun. The truth is the truth. The truth, look, for real said the truth will set you free. It'll piss you off first, but it'll set you free. Look, each one teach one. That's one to know. That's one to grow on. So now you know a little more today than what you did yesterday. And that's the goal, to continue learning something every day. That's what life is. Teaches you something every day. The learning process.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Like you said, the videos you showed is what I'm talking. Ain't gonna move on. Need Slicky Woo in here, man.
He said you move on. Tell me how to move on. How you move on? Is he talking about in our culture or move on? What move on? What you talking about? The topic,
Most
the tall
likely.
tale.
Culture. You know, gotta move on, I guess. Ain't nothing we can do about it. We just
But is it really? Is do you really feel that ain't nothing that you can do about it? I see these young people doing a lot
what they
about a
do,
lot of things.
what they
Some,
doing, but stealing cars and shooting each other. Let me know.
you know. So this a lot. Good morning, Michelle.
See y'all tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for Freaky Friday, we have Jay Smooth will be on tomorrow um, with us, so that'll be nice. And Michelle will be on with us tomorrow, so looking forward to that. Our comedic brother, Jay Smooth. Yep. And now I want to remind the people on if you ain't already got your ticket, uh, the red carpet event for the movie Bum Her by Howie Doolittle.
Yeah,
He's the same producer that did the Golden Goons, Return of the Golden Goons. Have you heard of him, Molly?
mm-mm.
How we do little a DMV native movie producer. He had a couple of movies out that went to Netflix and on YouTube. He had a series. I think I forgot the channel that he had it on. They was doing a series. So yeah. So this man, if I could ever pinpoint him and get him down to come in on the show, that would be great. So y'all out there listening, send Howie a message. Just say, Howie, when you going to do the Morning Max show? Talk about the movie. That would have been great if he came on today, right? Right.
Yeah, you gotta get them on.
I know, right? Because the red carpet event would be at the old Greenbelt Theater on January the 28th, people. And it's 12 in the afternoon, so it's matinee time. You could go to Eventbrite and get your tickets and everything. Your girl's gonna be on the red carpet. Molly, you want to be my date, Molly, on the red carpet? On the
Mm-mm.
red
Nah, uh,
R&B
I
on the
can't do
red
that.
carpet.
Can't do that to Chris. Come on, man.
To Chris, no, you didn't. Chris, Chris, who?
Hey, Chris Benoit.
Man, man, I ain't even talked to Chris. Don't even say his name. I ain't even talked to Chris. I ain't talked to Chris. I ain't talked to Mark. I ain't talked to Keith. I ain't talked to none of them jokers. You mean I can't do that to Swag Money? So
Mm,
Swag, come be my date for the red carpet. No, I'm gonna get Slicky to come and be my date for the red carpet. We're gonna pimp his wheels out. We're gonna get the golden what was the golden rims? We're gonna get it pimped out. I pimp my ride. He gonna roll me down the red carpet. He gonna be on the red carpet. No, I can't get Slicky because he gonna tell Mama if I have a drink, if I do anything, he gonna tell Mama. Can't do that. But this weekend at Bar 210 is going to be a birthday party for Kim, the owner of Bar 210. So if y'all want a good comedy show, they have a comedy show coming up. Unfortunately, I don't have the flyer for that. The Gwen Factor is going to be hosting that. It's this Saturday, Bar 210. I think the show time is at 9 o'clock. So it's a later show. So y'all get on Facebook, IG, look at the flyer, go to the Gwen Factor page, check the flyer out. I think she has it posted on her page. All the particulars. I'm not sure. I am not sure. But this is we coming to the end of another great show. Tomorrow, Freaky Friday, special guest Michelle Pucciarelli, Jay Smooth, and friend. And you never know who else might be stopping in on Freaky Friday, where we have jokes and laugh and talk about anything. Let your freak flag fly if you want to, maybe or maybe not. But don't forget, you still have time to order and get your book, Shades of Blue. I don't want to forget that. And Molly Mall sea moss. I done took all of my sea moss. I got to get some more to keep my nose from being stopped up. To keep my throat and stuff cleared. I need some more Molly Mall sea moss. Yes, I do. And my lemonade. Delicious. Oh, it's refreshing and delicious and nutritious. Oh my gosh. It is. So if that's all we is that all we got, Molly Mall? Is Lady B back? Is that all we got?
Yeah.
If that's all we got, then that's all we got. We see y'all tomorrow. We love y'all.
Uh-uh.